Hey, I finally got to try the Nintendo 3DS. I went to an event recently. It was at a GameStop. I was invited to go see the 3DS. I got hands-on with it. I was able to hold it and everything. So I have a picture of a 3DS right now to remind me like how it looks and feels. And then I'll be using this to show you where things were on it. This is a DSi, so it's not a 3DS. Okay, well, let's see. One of the first things I noticed, of course, it was chained, so it's a lot heavier than it is now. It's probably, with the chained, it was probably double of this weight if you held the DSi. It's the same body, like the same look. I think actually the top had a weird, it wasn't completely smooth. Wait, was it? No, I think actually it was smooth. It's the same size as the DSi case. I believe, oh, the screen is bigger. It was like this much, the screen? Yeah, I think it went this far. One of the difference is that the start on the DSi is here, but on the 3DS it's over here, and then they have the start and select down here because they have this bar. Let's see, home, start, select. They moved a bunch of things around. The SD card is no longer here. It is now, I believe, here. There is a Wi-Fi toggle button. Well, it felt like a slider. You push up, but it resets back down. And the volume is here, but it's no longer two buttons. It is a slider again. They moved back to slider. And then the 3D, of course, would be right here. The 3D, 2D down, 3D to the top. I found that for me, the 3D is best at the middle or in between off and the middle. I tried all the way to 3D, and you could play like that. I found I could, but it'd be very short term. So like long term, it'd probably be pretty low between 2D and halfway. The speakers are rearranged. They're no longer these these little holes. They're, I think, 3 or 4 holes, like on these, like the DS, the original DS. All the lights for power, Wi-Fi, and on, they're all moved everywhere. They're in much different places. I think there's a Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi light is here. The light for power and recharge is down here. And there was a bunch of weird notches, I remembered, on here and here. There was some holes. And there was some holes right here and here. I'm thinking maybe it's for the cradle. I think. I didn't actually get to put the 3DS in the cradle, but there was a cradle there I looked at. It was pretty light. I don't know if it was, as example, it was an actual cradle. The stylus is on the top now. It is the retractable stylus. It looks like metal, but it actually is not. It's like plastic painted silver. So, but it actually feels good. I like how it stretches out because it's retractable, and it's only like the tiny stick. Well, this one's actually longer, or is it? I don't remember. I think the DS one was small. Something like that. The headphone slot is now in the middle. It kind of seems weird there, but I mean, if you think about it being symmetrical or something, it would be better here anyways. But I'm just so used to it being on this slot, this side. Oh, there's 2 cameras, so actually I think the cameras are much smaller. They're about right here. 2 of them right here. And I don't think they have this plastic around it. The trigger buttons are exactly the same. Same place, same size. Charging, I think, is still on the top. It's actually right here. And if you were going to use this, I don't know why. This is from my first DS. I put it on the DSi. Yeah, DSi. And I don't know. I think it would be right here. You'd put it like right here. I don't remember. People barely even use this. I use this just to, like, I don't know, grab it. I don't know, hold it and like, oh, I could make it float or something. I don't know. Did I mention the stylus? Yeah, the stylus is over here. Let's see, anything about hardware? The camera, I believe, is actually no longer here. It's at the top. It's at the top of the screen, right in the middle. The nub, of course, if you've seen it, is right here, and the D-pad is down here. I think that's why they moved the power to here, because there's more room. Right here, there's less room. Oh, there's less room right here to put the power, so they moved it over here, and then they have the whole bar. The microphone is right here, the bottom. It's no longer up here for the DSi. I believe the battery, you cannot move it. Yeah, you cannot move it. So there won't be like a compartment here. It's probably all flat. There was a considerable gap in between where the cartridge goes in right here, because the 3DS cartridges have like a different notch. So it'd be like right here. It'd be about like right here. There's like a gap. If you were to put, I did get to try putting in a DS cartridge to know how it would fit. Sorry, it's like a burp that didn't happen. An aborted burp. And, it fits in perfectly, but there's like a groove, like an opening, a gap. So I'm thinking like, well, I know why they changed it, because they don't want a kid putting in a 3DS cartridge in like in old DS. So, but there's room for like dirt and stuff to get in there. So that's probably over a long time use. I actually don't know if there will be a little light right here for taking a picture on the 3DS. I think there was a little light thing. I don't remember exactly. On to now the menu system. The menu system, let's see. You could customize how you want to arrange the menu system a bit on the 3DS. Right now, it is, well, this is the DSi. So you could have the menu system like this, and I believe up here you could change if you want to change the grid. So right now it would be this way. You could change you could have this here, and then it'll get smaller, and you could have 2 rows of applications and games. Or you could keep pressing for the grid button, and then it'll go to like more of a grid style, and then you can press it again 4th time, and it'll get bigger. Well, not bigger, the application windows little icons get smaller, and then like all the way at the end, then it's like a grid, and you can see all your applications you have on it. It seemed like there was a lot of room. I didn't count how many there was, but I think, to me, I'm guessing around 60. And the menu system kind of seemed like there's a lot of things on the screen. I think more when you are suspending a game or an application, it seemed like there's more stuff, because at the bottom there'll be like resume and something on there. I tried putting Mario Kart in the 3DS, and when you play, sorry, I was starting to shake my leg, made the screen move. The DS game by default, it doesn't take the whole screen. It doesn't use the whole screen, and there's actually a button combination with the select and start. Right when you launch a DS game, you could actually make the screen smaller. And I heard from the rep Anthony that it actually, when you do that, it'll make it the size of the DS. But when I looked at it on the 3DS, it looked like a Game Boy Color size screen, like really small. I said to him, like, it reminded me playing a Game Boy games, I think on a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy Color, and you know how like it was smaller, and you could like make it bigger, I believe. Look at cute little doggy. With the system, I believe it comes with a bunch of stuff. I don't know exactly how, but what he had there had a bunch of applications. There was the 3DS, what do they call it? The 3DS camera application. Sorry, again, moving my leg. Maybe I'm getting excited about this. The 3DS camera program. I noticed that I don't believe when I tried it you could jump from the 3DS program, 3DS camera program into their AR games. I know it's not the same, but there should be maybe an option to jump to it because they're related. On the system that I tried, there wasn't actually a web application working. I think that's a software update, either day launch or actually May. I think it would be day launch actually. You can only have one thing suspending at a time, and it seems like once you suspend an application, that there's always an application suspended. I don't know if there was a PictoChat-like program on the 3DS actually. There was, of course, a system settings. There was the AR games application. There was their 3DS sound program, the camera program, the little empty slot if you don't have a 3DS game. I don't believe there was a store application. When I got my hands on it, I tried the 3D. Was one of the first things because of course it's the thing it's being talked about the most. The 3D Works. I only tried it with the Resorts type game. I forgot its name. Well, the menus are 3D. The AR Games app. Actually, I can't remember what else. If I got a 3DS, actually, well, I'm going to get one. I feel like I have to get it to show it a review. I don't know. I'm gonna get a black one. It would be Cosmo Black. And there's the blue one, but I don't like the blue. I mean, I like blue, but not that blue. So I'm gonna go with the black one. It's like I don't think it's this dark. I think it's like a bit black with some, like if they put gray in it. Oh look, in and out now. The Street Pass didn't work. They didn't have that set up. They had they had 1, 2, 3, 4 3DSs. One was actually chained to a guy, Andre. 4 were chained to a table. The 3DS analog stick, it reminds me of the PSP nub, except for this. This right here is like a bump. The 3DS one is concave, it goes in, so it's more like a 360 analog stick. Then like this part, like in here, not you know, like not the whole movement, because it kind of slides around. Let's see what else. I got to try Nintendogs briefly. Pet like a dog or two. It was really brief, so I can't really talk about it. The AR games, there was only one card. It was the one where you would aim at the card. A bunch of boxes are there. You aim and shoot at the boxes with targets. On the targets, you shoot them with, I think, A. I didn't try tapping. They're moving around, you shoot the boxes, they disappear, and eventually it goes on to a different stage. I think it got more complex. Oh, it was the floor, it would bend the table or whatever the card was on down, and there'd be targets in it and keep moving, you know, like a bump.